everything that you need to know about the Two Oceans Marathon that happens in Cape Town annually. How much is registration fees? When does registration open? What should you pay for? What should you not pay for? I got you covered. So in this video, I'm going to break down my Two Oceans Marathon journey for 2025. Stick around. Wait, there's something missing. Alrighty. I didn't win this medal for nothing. So, right, let's get this video started. The Two Ocean Marathon, like I said, it's an annual event. It's an annual marathon, international event that happens in Cape Town. It brings together a lot of runners from across the world, from Africa, Europe, you name it. It's an international marathon, right? So registration, I broke down the information sort of like in 3 groups. So I'm just going to talk about registration fees, and then I'll talk about the expo, and then lastly I'll talk about the tips or the hints that I think are going to be valuable to your journey. All right, let's say if you want to participate in the 2026 Two Ocean Marathon, the entry opens in October of 2025. So there is ample time for you to register. So around October, check out for the opening of the registration. It has been happening in April, the past couple of years, but I'm hearing they might change it to June. So, but anyways, just be on the lookout. They really do announce it way ahead of time. Right, so when you register, you go on the Total Sports Two Oceans Marathon, and then you sign up, you create an account, and then there's a lot of information that you must fill in about yourself, okay? And then when you are done creating your account, you can then register and pay your registration fee. 2025, the registration fee was 830 Rand, okay? So that is for you to enter. It does not include anything at all. So the 830 Rand is just registration fees. Okay, so you have an option to add a t-shirt to your registration, like this one. They change the t-shirt's design and color every year. So this year's one, which is 2025, was 220 Rand. All right. And then if you are an international runner, meaning if you are coming from outside of South Africa, they also give you an option of food. I'm not sure if this is also available to the South Africans, for a food pack that you'll get at the end of the race, on the day of the race. So you do include that in your registration package. And finally, there is also an option for you to pay for your medal engraving, so that when you get your medal at the finish line, you can engrave your time. Okay, so I paid basically for all of this. I paid 830 Rand for the t-shirt. I paid the 220, for the registration fees, the 220 for the t-shirt, the 300 for the food, and the 90 for the medal engraving. Next, we are going to talk about the expo. So the expo happens over a period of, I think, 3 days. This is where you pick up your race pack. This is where you get your registration number. This is where you get your t-shirt if you paid for one. This is where you get what else? Yes, basically your race pack with everything that you have paid for and all the information that you need before the race day. If you are not able to pick up your race pack from the expo, you have an option of sending someone to pick up your race pack for you, provided they have your ID, and there's also a message that the Two Ocean Marathon sends to your WhatsApp. So that has your registration number and all the other details about your entry. So there is an option of sending someone, and these details will also be given to you via email, that if you need to send someone, you need to give them so and so. The expo is really fun. There is like a lot of stalls. There is food stalls, and there is people that sell sport gear, running shoes, running t-shirts, running shades, everything running, you'll find it there. There's also a whole area where people do a lot of wellness activities, or you can get a massage, like a sport massage. You can have like a full body check. There is always like so much going on at the expo. It's also, you also find some entertainment. So it's really, there's a lot happening. It's really vibey, it's really fun. So I suggest that you take at least one day to spend at the expo, just for the vibes. Last but not least, I'm going to give you some tips or some hints that you have to put in consideration if you're signing up for the Two Oceans Marathon. So number one, I suggest that you really have to train for it. Depending on where in the world you are coming from, the route that we used, and they barely change it, so they are likely to use it again, but the route that we used this year was very mountainy or hilly, or how must I say, yeah, it was full of mountains, two major ones, but there's also still other smaller mountains, so it's not smooth. So you have to put that in consideration, and you have to train with that in mind. So if in the area where you live there is like elevated space somewhere, you should train on there. If you have mountains in the area where you live, you should try to run in an area that is sort of like that. So train. And you should at least run at 20. If you are signing up for 21 kilometers, I do suggest that you run at least 1 or 2 21 kilometers prior to your race day. Like this one was in April, so you can run 21 kilometer in February, another one in March, so that in April it's not going to feel brand new. So another tip, you have to provide seeding. So seeding, they actually do ask this when you are registering, when you are signing up. It's the time that you did in a previous race, all right? And the race has to be either a 10 kilometer or above, okay? So they want to know the name of the event or the marathon where you ran, and what was your time in that event that you ran. Why is seeding important? Seeding is important because they use this time to put you in a category. So like I said, it's an international event and it's always full to capacity, and so people do not start at the same time. Like there's a whole hour of people being released in batches at the start line. So if you give seeding, it allows the organizers to put you in a certain category. So they use alphabetic letters. So the faster people, or the people with better seeding, are put in the A category. So those will be the people that will start first. Okay, so all of you will be running the 21 kilometers, but if you gave a good seeding, you will be placed better. So if you are placed in the A category, and I think each batch has around, is it 1,000, 2,000 people? So you'll be placed in that batch, and then 3 minutes later, the B batch will be released. 3 minutes later, they will release the C batch until the very last batch. This year, I was placed in batch R. Guys, we were literally the last people to leave the start line. And of course, your time only starts when you leave, but being in a better, like in an earlier batch, still gives you so much advantage, because you don't have to maneuver through so many people, and it just also kind of does something to your brain, because like people started 1 hour ago and you're only starting now. So please do not skip this. You need to provide your seeding so that they can put you in a better batch, and you must provide your best seeding, your best time from your latest 10-kilometer run or your latest 21-kilometer run when you are registering. All right, another tip is that you need to wear your usual gear. What I mean by this is, let me say, for example, you found new running shoes at the expo. I suggest that you run with your old shoes instead of running with your new shoes. In a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is, make yourself as comfortable as possible. Do not introduce something new that you are not used to running to. Don't carry now a 1 liter bottle if you normally don't run with a 1 liter bottle. Okay, run with your old shoes. Don't run with the new shoes, because you don't know how comfortable your feet will be in that shoe. It might end up hurting you and you are already, you know, halfway through. So try to make yourself as comfortable as possible. Do not introduce your body to too many changes on the race day. Alrighty. Another tip, the medal engraving that I mentioned that you also pay for when you're registering, I do not suggest that you pay for it, because the line is very long. Like, you are going to spend so much time in the queue because everyone wants to engrave their medal. Maybe they are gonna organize it better next time, but this time it was really long, and I really was wishing that I had not paid for it. So you are tired, you really just need to, you know, go home and rest or whatever, but you have to stand here and wait because you already paid for it. So I've seen some people that left the line and just went without engraving their medals. And the other thing also is, you can always engrave it back home when you go back to your home country or whatever. You can always find a place where you can engrave it, and then you can do it. It's a good thing. You can do it if you are patient, but just know that you'll have to endure that line. It's really a great experience. I will definitely do it again. The vibes, everything, the atmosphere, it's lovely. There are people on the road cheering you on from start to finish. They are giving you water, they are offering you food. South Africans are just different people. And that was the little that I had about Two Oceans Marathon. I hope that it helped someone out there, or it's gonna help someone out there. If you're watching this video and you ran Two Oceans Marathon, please comment down in the comments what I might have forgotten, so that we can help another person that wants to be a marathon runner. With that said, thank you so much for watching this video until here. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. If you did not subscribe to my channel yet, please do. I will appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video.